Utah's new professional hockey team is still in some legal issues with its new name that it came out with, the Utah Mammoth. So before they were thinking about Yeti, but then the Yeti cooler system came out and said, no, 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 you're not using our trademark. That's too close. It's going to mess with us. So then they pivoted and they went with the Utah Mammoth. And they filed a trademark application in May of this year, and it looked like everything was good. The USPTO, which oversees trademark applications, so it doesn't look like there's any infringing use over here. But before that too, they were talking to this company in Oregon called Mammoth Hockey that just so happens to sell hockey gear. Like, you go on the website and there's a goalie bag, a player bag. Like, this is luggage that they make specifically for hockey. And so they were kind of talking before that, but they didn't come out with a definitive deal. And then they just filed. And then they got a cease and desist letter from Mammoth Hockey. And so what happened now is just barely about last week, August 2025, the Utah Hockey Club filed a complaint in Utah District Court asking for the court to verify the parameters, whether or not this is infringing. And in my mind, I think that it is infringing. I think if they're selling hockey gear and they're going to sell hockey gear, that can be a likelihood of confusion. I think the Utah Hockey Club's argument is, oh, well, hey, we're going to benefit you. You're going to get the Utah Hockey Club bump, so it can only help you, not hurt you. I've heard that argument before. That's what Taylor Swift made when she sued the Evermore, or when Evermore sued her for trademark infringement, this Evermore amusement park in Utah. And Taylor Swift made the same argument. I still don't agree with, I don't think that's a good argument at all. I still think that that's still infringement and can dilute the brand. And you have a duty to police your brand. I mean, their hands were tied. I think Utah Mammoth, this Mammoth hockey team or company in Oregon, had no choice but to file this. So what stinks is they already came out with the logo. They've already gone through the steps. It's expensive to rebrand. So we'll see what happens here. They might have to reach a settlement deal with Mammoth Hockey, but if their demands are way too high, then they might have to just stop and rebrand. And the season's coming up, and so now they'd have to backpedal. They'd have to do this all over again and find another trade name that doesn't infringe on anyone. So it's hard, especially in these days, because there's when the Washington Commanders, formerly Redskins, came out with their new name, there were a lot of people thinking what they were going to use and then quickly filed for the trademark to force them to have to buy the trademark from them. And so it's not an easy task nowadays with how easy it is to file for a trademark, and especially with how many companies there are out there. But we'll see what happens.